And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We got a great show for you today. As always, we are live every single day at noon Eastern. If you want to watch live, head over to takesbyfans.com/watch. If you want to watch but not live, you can head over to our YouTube channel, Takes by Fans. We post all of our shows and clips of the show there on a daily basis. And if you just want to listen, we are on podcasting apps, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. So, however you want to watch or listen, we've got you covered multiple ways. All right, today's a big old Friday, folks, a day after Thanksgiving. Hope you all enjoyed your great Thanksgiving. Good, solid day of football for the most part. Competitive games. The late game really not that competitive, but overall, some solid NFL to go along with that great turkey from last night. So today on the show, we're going to be breaking down the three games from last night, make our official picks for Sunday's action, and we're going to watch Cam Newton a little bit. We just want to, he had great completion percentage, a little bit of dink and dunk, but let's see what his throws were looking like. Were they on target? Were they accurate? Is he going deep? Is he seeing all the open routes? So we're going to watch Cam Newton. Couldn't really get to that in our Wednesday film study show, but we've got time today in the show to do that. And then also we are going to hinge a pick on if we got buyability in Cam Newton or not, because we know the line is Dolphins +2, Panthers -2. We think it's good value with the Dolphins. Good, both teams have good defenses, so we're gonna see, is Cam Newton showing us anything good, or is he looking better than Tua? And we're gonna see whatever we see here on the film study, and we'll correlate it to the bet if we take the Panthers -2 or if we take the points with the Dolphins. And that will not be in our kind of 6 official picks. Will be a little bit of a bonus pick this week. And that's all we've got on the show. No NBA today, but no NBA yesterday during Thanksgiving, but there is NBA on today. So let's start the show with our NBA Daily 10. We've got obviously no games to go over, but we can still bet on some NBA today. Game kicks off at 3:30. A little bit of a mini holiday, the Friday after Thanksgiving. A lot of people take it off to go shopping, and they even got an early basketball game. 3:40 is the first NBA game. So let's take this kind of NBA 10 and see if we get any great value, to see if we can make a little bit of money on Black Friday, since unfortunately we couldn't make any money during Thanksgiving. Our Thanksgiving Day special unfortunately comes up a little short. We had Lions +2.5. That one hits, so we got out to a good start. That was good. Our parlay was not instantly ruined game one. And then we had the Cowboys -7.5, and they put up 30 points, 33 points. That was good. Unfortunately, they gave up 36, so we don't hit that. And then we had the Bills Saints over 45.5 points, and the Bills got it done offensively, but the Saints just didn't have their kind of magic miracle fourth quarter scoring bonanza that they usually had, so we did not hit that one either. But let's see if we can make it up here on the Black Friday bet. So here we go. Let's talk through some of these games that we've got in the NBA today, see if there's any good value. And here we go. First game up here, Pistons at the Clippers. Clippers -11.5 here. We know this Clippers team is good. Paul George doing absolutely great out here. That's really it. That's really it. Nicholas Batum is going to be out for this Clippers team. Don't really want to swallow about 12 points here. We know this Pistons team isn't good. We know the Clippers are, but that's just, we don't really like to swallow that many points anyway, even if you give me the best team in the league versus the worst team in the league. I don't love to swallow all those points. So not the best value here. I believe the Clippers win, but potential backdoors, all that. We'll stay away from that. Not great value. Let's head to this next matchup here. We get Suns at the Knicks. Ooh, Suns only -3.5 here. Knicks +3.5. So some solid value. This Suns team is going on an absolute tear right here. What's their official win streak at? Let's update these season standings. And they are on a 14-game win streak. Sheesh. So, Suns obviously playing immaculate basketball. Everybody in the starting lineup is doing absolutely great. The bench is getting it done. No Frank Kaminsky, and Dario Saric is also out. And then for the Knicks, we get Derrick Rose, game time decision. We haven't really seen him the last couple of games. And then Taj Gibson, also a game time decision. So, Suns going into the Garden here, -3.5 points. I don't think this Knicks team is ready to kind of compete with the better teams in the league. I think we're going to take the Suns -3.5. Everybody getting it done for the Suns. Devin Booker, Chris Paul, DeAndre and Jay Crowder. They're all, McCall Bridges, they're all getting it done here. Where the Suns, a little bit of streaky. You know, we can't rely on Kemba Walker. Evan Fournier is really more consistent than not, but he still goes through these slumps like Kemba Walker of not really putting up that many points. And the Knicks really heavily rely on their bench for a lot of their scoring production. I'm going to take the Suns -3 and say that they keep this win streak going, folks. It's absolutely phenomenal what they've been doing so far to start the season. All right, then we get the Timberwolves at the Hornets. Timberwolves +2.5 here. Ooh, man, Anthony Edwards, that last outing. Holy moly, was that gosh dang good. Patrick Beverley's out for the Timberwolves. Mason Plumlee's a game-time decision here for this Hornets team. Real close spread. We may take the 2.5 here. We know this Hornets team, you know, with LaMelo Ball is truly getting it done. But, man, oh, man, that big three of Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns. It's really just Anthony Edwards really getting it done this season. Karl Anthony Towns has been a little underwhelming for what we know he can be. D'Angelo Russell's been okay-ish, but man, oh man, that man Anthony Edwards, folks, sheesh, man, oh man. All right, so we'll stay away from this game. For now, we might come back to that one, take the 2.5. All right, then we get the Bulls at the Magic. Bulls -9.5, Magic +9.5. Let's see, is everybody back in the starting lineup here? Yes, the big four of the Bulls is back. Vucevic, DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Lonzo Ball, all good to go. And we will swallow the 9.5 points if Cole Anthony is not playing. If he is playing, you know, we know he can carry the squad here for the Magic and maybe make the game close. What do we got here? We get Terrence Ross out, Michael Carter Williams is out, Marquez Fultz is out, Jonathan Isaac is out, and Edouard Moore is out. So just the usual suspects. Cole Anthony is good to go, so we'll stay away from this one. Bulls coming off of a loss with Vucevic's first game back against the Rockets. We'll see if they can clean it up here against this Magic team, but we will not swallow 9.5 on that. All right, we get Hawks at the Grizzlies, and this Hawks team, they've been getting it done here. What are they looking like in their last 10? They've kind of cleaned it up, we believe here, if our memory is right here. What do we got here for this Hawks team? Yeah, 6-4 in their last 10, and they are on a 6-game winning streak, where the Grizzlies, I believe, they are still floundering to start this season. The Memphis Grizzlies, where we got them at? Are they even on here? They're so bad they're not on here. Here we go. They're 4-6 in their last 10. 1-game losing streak. So let's make sure everybody's good to go. I'll rock with this Hawks team. They've figured it out. They're getting back to what they were last season. And then for the Hawks, Bogdanovich is a game-time decision. Trae Young is also a game-time decision. Ooh, okay. That may be why the spread is a little low. Let's see. Let's go to our favorite. Our favorite Twitter account here, NBA Fantasy Labs. We haven't talked about them all season, but they're still here, folks. NBA Fantasy Labs, where art thou? Let me see if they have any inside information on... Here we go. Fantasy Labs NBA. Let's see if they have any insider information on who's going to be playing here for this Hawks team. We get anything? Last time they tweeted was November 24th. What are we doing? You haven't tweeted in 2 days. NBA Fantasy Labs? Come on, you're supposed to be on top of it. You usually are. Alrighty, 2 game time decisions. We're going to hope that Trae Young plays. If Bogdanovich doesn't play, that's not going to hinder our decision that much, but we really obviously need Trae Young. So we'll take the Hawks plus a point here. It kind of seems like Trae Young won't play, though, by the spread. But we'll see. We'll ride with it. The game starts at 8 o'clock, so maybe wait a little bit to lock in this bet, potentially. All right, what else do we get here? Raptors, Pacers. Raptors +4. Ooh, I get points with this Raptors team against the Pacers. Are you kidding me? Let's make sure everybody's good to go here. OG Anunoby's a game-time decision. And then for the Pacers, everybody's good to go. Yeah, I'm taking the Raptors +4. Absolutely. We love this Raptors team. I believe they're coming off of a win. Yeah, they went and beat the Grizzlies on the road. Fantastic. And this Pacers team, we know, folks, this Pacers team is nothing good, nothing consistent, and just don't win games. We know that about them. All right, we get Wizards, Thunder. Wizards -8, Thunder +8. This Wizards team's going through a little bit of a rough spot so far, and this Thunder team, no bettability on them. We get Celtics at Spurs. Celtics -3, but I mean, Jaylen Brown's good to go still, so of course we're not going to be betting the Celtics. He's actually a game-time decision with a non-injury related, so maybe even the head coach, I'm forgetting his name, maybe the head coach for the Celtics is like, yeah, Jaylen Brown, I know you're good to go, but you're not playing on my team, no way. So we'll stay away from the Celtics as long as Jaylen Brown's in the starting lineup. All right, then we get the Pelicans at the Jazz. Pelicans plus 12.5, Jazz minus 12.5. Not going to swallow that many points here. We get Bucks at the Nuggets. Oh, yes. Bucks at the Nuggets. Bucks only minus 3.5 here. I'm loving this right here. We know that there's no bettability in this Nuggets team since they have no more Michael Porter Jr. He is really one of their primary scorers. Obviously, they got Jokic down low, who's obviously their number one scorer. But, no Michael Porter Jr., no betting from us, I'll tell you that. Brook Lopez is still out, but they're carrying on. Bobby Portis is fine. And that's it. So everybody's good to go for the Bucks, and Jokic's a game time decision. Jamal Murray is still out. So yeah, I'm swallowing the 3 here for the Bucks. I think this is the best bet so far that we have locked in so far. We got 4 bets. We'll recap them in a second, but I'm loving this Bucks minus 3.5, best bet that we've seen so far today. All right, last 2 games, Blazers at the Warriors. Blazers plus 6, Warriors minus 6. Warriors obviously just strolling past anybody, while this Blazers team is a little still struggling. They are 6-4 in their last 10, kind of starting to get it figured out, on what this classic Blazers team has been the last 3 seasons. Damian Lillard always consistent, clutch as heck, winning good games here. Never being kind of the number 1 seed, always kind of hovering around kind of 4, 5, 6-ish. That's this classic Blazers team. And then for the Warriors, like we said, they're just absolutely fantastic. So Anthony Simmons, game time decision. And then for the Warriors, just Andre Iguodala is out. Klay Thompson is still not ready to return, like we know. Can we swallow 6 here, though? Warriors minus 6 at home. Let's come back to this one. We've already got 4 on our board. Let's not kind of push it too much. And then the last game on, Kings at the Lakers. Let's see who's good to go for this Lakers team. Is Anthony Davis good? LeBron should be good to go. Everybody's good to go for the Kings. LeBron James, game time decision. And Anthony Davis, no restrictions, so he is good to go as well. But I don't really want to swallow 7 with this Lakers team. They really kind of need to get 100% healthy and back on track. And still, that chemistry needs to be worked out a tad bit more until we can start regularly betting on this Lakers team. But I like what we've got so far. We've got 4 games up here that we endorse. We're taking Suns minus 3.5. We take the Hawks plus a point. We take the Raptors plus 4 points. And the best bet of the day, Bucks minus 3.5. I'm loving this Bucks minus 3.5, folks. Man, oh man. If you're only looking to bet 1 game, Bucks minus 3.5, that's the bet. I'm loving this. This Bucks team is so gosh dang good, and they're healthy now, folks. Yes, they don't have Brook Lopez, but Bobby Portis, it's really not a drop-off from Brook Lopez to Bobby Portis. It may be at minimum the same value, but you could potentially say this. I don't know if I'm ready to say this quite yet, but Bobby Portis is better than Brook Lopez. It wouldn't be blasphemous for anybody to say that, and I may agree, given the circumstances that you present your argument. So I'm loving the Bucks minus 3.5, folks. We're riding with that all day long. Absolutely. Alrighty, that is all the NBA talk that we needed to go over for today, since there was no games on last night. Alrighty. Alright, let's head over to the NFL, where there were games on last night. 3 games. We had a Thanksgiving Day turkey making special going on last night. In the first game, we did hit. We snuck it out, but hey, a win's a win. There's no luck in betting, folks. You're on the right side or you're on the wrong side. You're right or wrong, and we were right on this game. The only game we were right on, but hey, you gotta take it when you can get it. So here we go. The first game up here, Bears at the Lions. We took the Lions plus 2.5. You could have got it at 3. Didn't really matter. The Lions won or lost by 2, so you won either way. So Lions, this game, obviously not the offensive explosion that none of us thought this game would be. No Justin Fields for the Bears, and the Lions still have Jared Goff with Dan Campbell calling the plays. And the final score was 16-14. So let's start with this Bears team. Matt Nagy, not fired, so congratulations. Maybe potentially saved his job. We weren't 100% sure if Matt Nagy would have been 100% fired after the game if he did lose. We knew that Matt Nagy kind of came out the day before. It was like, hang on. Those reports of me getting fired are not true. They didn't tell me that they were going to fire me. So I'm saying that they won't fire me. It was kind of flawed logic from Matt Nagy's part, but at the end, he was right. They did not fire him. Now, was the outcome of this game the determining factor? He played it real smart at the end. Very well done. I was a little concerned that Matt Nagy may try to throw a touchdown on that final drive when they could have. Well, I thought Matt Nagy may got kind of wrapped up in it and maybe went for a touchdown with Andy Dalton, because we know Matt Nagy wanted to go with Andy Dalton as long as he could. I still believe that Matt Nagy never wanted to go with Justin Fields this season. So you get Matt Nagy fighting for his coaching career with all the rumors. You get his kind of number one starting quarterback that he wanted in a Thanksgiving Day game down, what were they down? 1 point? Yeah, down 1 point on this final drive. Matt Nagy may be like, you know what? I'm just going to go for this touchdown. I'm believing in myself. I'm with my guy right here. Yeah, I can kind of run out the clock and kick a field goal, but what good is that for the win? I want to show that, hey, I'm actually smart. Everybody else is wrong. I'm right. I know what I'm doing. So I'm glad that Matt Nagy just took the win. Fantastic. On this last drive, it was really good by Matt Nagy. Maybe one of the best drives he's called all season long. Last drive of the game here for the Bears. Are y'all ready for this? 19 plays, starting at their own 21-yard line, 64 yards, chewed up the last 8.5 minutes of the game. And once again, kneeling down the final couple of plays just to, run out the clock so they can kick the game-winning field goal. So for that, Matt Nagy, we give you the applause, but it came against the Lions. You only put up 16 points still. You were still a little floundering a little bit. Total, just in the total offense. I mean, they put up 13 points in the second quarter. That was really all their scoring came from for this Bears team. So Matt Nagy saves his job for maybe one more week, but this is not an impressive win. This isn't a win that just kind of erases the entire season for Matt Nagy and this Bears team. Matt Nagy is still on the hot seat. You beat the defeated Lions so far on Thanksgiving Day. It wasn't that impressive. You beat Jared Goff, and Jared Goff is truly looking like the worst quarterback. He's looking like Josh Rosen. I mean, this Matt is not even airing it out. They're not taking any deep shots. They're not putting up any points, obviously. So congratulations. You beat Dan Campbell and Jared Goff. Get excited about that, I guess, Matt Nagy, because there's not that much for you to get excited about because you barely win games. So the Bears, I'll give a little credit to Andy Dalton. He aired it out a couple times, and it was kind of on the money. So Andy Dalton looked good. And once again, do I want Andy Dalton starting the rest of the season for this Bears team? No. I mean, you barely beat this Lions team. It wasn't like Andy Dalton was playing flawless football. It's classic Andy Dalton, always in the game, never blowing any team out. Last second, maybe win, maybe lose. It's kind of 50-50 with Andy Dalton. That's what we saw his entire career in Cincinnati. We're still seeing it same here. Fortunately, he won this game. Truly, fortunately. So here we go. Andy Dalton went 24 of 39. Let's get that completion percentage up here. Let's get our trusted old calculator open. 24 of 39, 61%. Not the greatest, but I will give him the 317 yards on 24 completions. Once again, taking some shots down the field, and it was good. It was looking solid. So Andy Dalton, we give a little credit and respect. He had one touchdown, one interception. Once again, not too much respect by Andy Dalton. Once again, 50-50, one touchdown, one pick, 16 points, came down to the wire. You had to chew out the last 8.5 minutes to win the game. I mean, once again, this is not an impressive job-securing win for anybody on this Bears team. Watching this game, I think everybody collectively thought, can we just get Justin Fields? We don't care if he's 100% healthy. Just get him out on the field. That's what we came for. We didn't come to watch this game to watch Jared Goff or Andy Dalton or hear from Matt Nagy or Dan Campbell or anybody like that. Justin Fields would have been the best player by a mile in the entire game. So I still move off of Matt Nagy. I still move off of Andy Dalton. This is not a game-changing, thought-changing game. So Andy Dalton, the one pick, the one interception, he threw it in the red zone. Classic. Well, I guess not officially. They were on the 23-yard line, but he threw an interception basically on the goal line right there. So classic Andy Dalton not being 100% good like we know, folks. Running game, never really anything great. David Montgomery, 17 rushes for 46 yards. That's not great. Andy Dalton took off 6 times for 11 yards, trying to do his best Justin Fields impression, but didn't look anything like Justin Fields. Classic. And then Khalil Herbert ran the ball 4 times for 9 yards. And then who was Andy Dalton throwing the ball to? And once again, I can give a little bit of credit to Andy Dalton and a little bit of credit to Matt Nagy. Darnell Mooney, leading receiver. Thank goodness. No Allen Robinson, so obviously Darnell Mooney should be your number 1 wide receiver now. But we've seen this Bears team not utilize Allen Robinson, not utilize Darnell Mooney, who are their best 2 players. You should be giving them 10 targets each every single game. You should be scheming the entire offense to Darnell Mooney and Allen Robinson. But Matt Nagy thinks he's smarter than everybody and doesn't do that, but he kind of was on the hot seat. He's like, I got to get Darnell Mooney the ball, and that's exactly what they did. 5 receptions for Darnell Mooney, 123 big old yards. Fantastic. Loved it. Cole Kmet, 8 catches, 65 yards. Love seeing Cole Kmet get some big action here. A real solid tight end that they have been utilizing more and more and more as the season progresses. So another little green flag. All these green flags that were given out to Matt Nagy, just small green flags. Once again, this is not a mind-changing decision on Matt Nagy. We'll give respect where respect is due, folks. That's what we do here. But it's small green flag respect. Very small, minuscule Smurf-sized green flags, I would say. So shout out to Cole Kmet, 8 catches, 65 yards. Damiere Byrd, 4 catches, 42 yards. Jimmy Graham, 2 catches, 34 yards, a touchdown. David Montgomery, 3 catches, 28 yards. And then Jakeem Grant, 2 catches for 25 yards. So Bears get the win. Final drive looking really solid there. Chewed out 8.5 minutes. I mean, can't knock that. Picked up first down. You ran 19 mother-loving plays on that drive. Holy moly. All right, then on the flip side, Jared Goff. What the hell? What the hell is wrong with Jared Goff? I know I'm not gonna put all the blame on Jared Goff for the what do we even call this Lions offense? It's almost non-existent. It's truly almost non-existent, this Lions offense. So Jared Goff, I'm not putting all the blame on him. I mean, you got Dan Campbell calling plays. Dan Campbell is a head coach on a football team and is now calling plays. What are we doing? What are the Lions even thinking? And didn't they sign him to like a 5, maybe even like a 7? Is it 8 years? It's like heavy. This man is not like a 3-year deal. It was like at minimum a 5-year deal for Dan Campbell here in Detroit. Like, they really want him. Why? Now he's calling plays for your team, and obviously they're still not moving the ball, just like they weren't moving the ball with Anthony Lynn. So it's not like Dan Campbell is good. Once again, what we've been known out here. But Jared Goff, good completion percentage, 21 of 25, but never aired it out, only 171 yards, and really kind of 50 of these yards came on the first drive. He had a nice 16-yard pass and then a 39-yard pass. So, I mean, 2 plays came in the first drive, kind of chewed up a third of your overall yards. Once again, Jared Goff, not consistent. First drive, all scripted plays, then they get in the red zone and can't do anything. Classic. Or they really couldn't even get into the red zone, and when they did, nothing special. Or I don't even know. Maybe they only did get into the red zone twice and scored, and that's how they scored. But either way, Jared Goff not putting a more consistent game together. We've seen this all season long. Zero buyability in this Lions team. Zero believability in this Lions team, which results into zero bettability on this Lions team. Even though we did bet the Lions last night, that was more of not believing in Matt Nagy, and we were right at the end of the day, so we'll take it. But here we go. Jared Goff goes 21 of 25. What do we got here? 84%. Once again, that's really good, but dinking and dunking, 171 yards on 10 completions. That's not the ratio that should really impress anybody. He had 2 touchdowns, no picks. Another green flag given out here, small Smurf size green flag for Jared Goff of not turning the ball over, right? He didn't fumble? Oh, no, he did fumble. I take it back. He did fumble and lost it. Look at this dude. Fumbling and losing the ball at the Detroit 47-yard line. Trash. Absolutely trash. And that leads to an interception by Andy Dalton in the red zone. Oh, my goodness. Just trash. trash teams last night, folks. What was the NFL thinking putting this game on? Maybe they thought Justin Fields was going to play. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. So really kind of bummer game all around. All right, the running game for the Lions, not terrible, pretty solid out here. Jamal Williams, 15 rushes for 65 yards, and that was really it. DeAndre Swift got injured in this game, truly unfortunate shoulder injury, so he only had 3 rushes for no yards. And then who was Jared Goff throwing the ball to? We had Josh Reynolds, leading receiver, 3 catches, 70 yards, a touchdown. We had TJ Hawkinson, 3 catches, 35 yards, a touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, folks, 4 catches, 23 yards. Jamal Williams, 5 catches, 18 yards, and Khalif Raymond, 3 catches for 16 yards. So Bears get the win here, 16-14. They go down on the final drive. We still cover the 2.5 points, and we hit our bet here. And unfortunately, that was the only bet we hit all night. The only bet we hit all night was betting on the Lions, folks. Doesn't that just not sound right? I'd rather not. I'd rather go 0-3. I would rather not hit any bet than hitting a Lions bet, folks. Alrighty, game number 2 in the Thursday Thanksgiving slate, the best game of the night. It wasn't hard to do that, so but it came down to the wire, really kind of wild and crazy the fourth quarter, and it went into overtime. But the Raiders get the win here, 36-33. We bet on the Cowboys -7.5, so it sucks that our thinking is off. It sucks that the Walk of Fame defense truly got walked all over. 36 points dropped on their head, and we'll talk all about the penalties in a second. Jeez Louise. But the Raiders, are the Raiders back? Is Rich Bisaccia back? They put up 36 points once again, folks. Rich Bisaccia, what is it, 6 games? Is it 6 games? 5-6 games now? 3 games of over 30 points. The other 3 games under 30 points. But Rich Bisaccia, folks, I'm ready to start buying this man back again. Derek Carr didn't turn over the ball, and another huge reason why this Raiders team won this game, not turning over the ball. We've seen Derek Carr turn over the ball so many times over the last couple of games, and that's why they've been resulting into losses. So Derek Carr cleaned it up. Rich Bisaccia looked real good once again as a head coach. So hey, if we could buy this Raiders team with them beating the Cowboys, I'll take that. We want to buy this Raiders team. We've loved buying this Raiders team. We've loved watching Derek Carr. We've loved what Rich Bisaccia has really been doing to kind of turn around this team in one of the most bizarre seasons of a team in recent NFL memory. So Raiders get the win, 36-33. So all the praise to the Raiders right there. We can start buying them back a little bit more. Maybe we could put them back in our top 10 in our power rankings. We just updated this a couple days ago on the show, and we unfortunately had to move them out of the top 10. But maybe we can move them back in this week with this nice win here on Thanksgiving Day. We will update our power rankings on Tuesday's show once we finish all of Week 12 on Sunday and Monday. All right, so here we go. Let's start here. Obviously, the penalties need to be talked about. The Cowboys were getting absolutely destroyed. Well, more likely, just Anthony Brown, the cornerback of this Cowboys defense. 4 pass interference penalties, and for most of them, they should have been called. They were rightly called. He was never playing the ball. He never got his head around. I don't understand what he was trying to do. So penalties definitely hurt the Cowboys, and they especially hurt them on the first couple of drives here. The first drive for this Raiders team, they hit Deshaun Jackson for 56 yards and a touchdown, and that got off the scoring for this Raiders team 7-0. Deshaun Jackson, big play, and that's what Deshaun Jackson is, we all know. But isn't it funny that the Rams actively got rid of Deshaun Jackson, and now there was no reason to get rid of Deshaun Jackson in the first place for the Rams to bring in OBJ, and that's kind of actively ruining his team so far. We've only seen him one game with the Rams. We'll see him again on Sunday, but I mean, actively ruining this team so far, where Deshaun Jackson was a huge asset for this Rams team, but they weren't throwing to Deshaun Jackson, so Deshaun Jackson wanted to leave. The Rams were like, yeah, we're not using you anyway, so yeah, you can leave. But then to bring in OBJ, it makes absolute no sense. So So I'm glad that Deshaun Jackson is back to being a huge productor for an offense right here, especially for this Raiders team. Since Henry Ruggs is no longer here, you definitely need somebody else to step it up, and Deshaun Jackson really kind of was it, especially early on in this game. So, bad coverage there by the Walk of Fame defense, getting ran all over by Deshaun Jackson. And then the next drive, a potential for a turnaround of this game right here. The Darren Waller potential fumble. There was no turnovers by the Raiders in this game. This would have been the one lone turnover, but it came early in the first quarter, and this could have just changed the entire game, giving momentum to the Cowboys defense. Derek Carr potentially gets in his head. When we see him throw kind of one turnover, kind of more are ready to come. I think over the last two games, besides the game against the Cowboys, that Derek Carr has like 2 turnovers in those games. We've seen it against the Giants in the fourth quarter, down late, turning the ball over. Fourth quarter, we've seen this by Derek Carr. So this really could have turned the tide of the game. Let's watch it. Live, I thought it was catch fumble. They don't rule fumble on the field, and then they say Mike McCarthy can't challenge this play. Hits Darren Waller. I think watching this live, folks, let's watch this play live one more time, and then we'll see all the replays of the angles and all that. But I think live, Darren Waller, I think that's a fumble. I'm upset they didn't rule it a fumble on the field. They ruled it incomplete and then told him he couldn't challenge it. Truly unfortunate. But this could have been a turning tide moment in this game real early on. Great job by everybody on this Cowboys defense. I thought we were going to get the Walk of Fame defense kind of stepping it up here with getting all the turnovers, the ball hawks like we like to call them here. And we thought we were going to get a crack in here. Unfortunately, it was not a fumble. Let's see some replays right here. So he catches it. Let's kind of break down the process. 2 steps. And a football move, a little bit of time potentially. So here we go. We paused it right on the catch. We get 1 foot down. Second foot, it's just coming down. He's just putting the ball away. So, oh man, bang, bang call. Break it down in slow motion. I would probably say incomplete pass, but real close. And that's why I was a little upset that they just didn't call fumble on the field, because watching it live in real time, real fast motion, I call it, if it's a bang, bang call on the field, I'm calling it catch and fumble. Breaking it down in slow motion, I can see maybe it not being a fumble. But I mean, once again here, the credit here of this Cowboys defense, I mean, throwing the ball back in bounds. The other Cowboys defender curse right here, getting 2 feet in bounds while catching the ball that the other defender threw back in bounds. So they officially have possession if it was a fumble. Just unfortunately, they rule it not a fumble. Let's watch this replay one more time from this angle. So here we go. Ball is caught, 1 foot down. This second foot comes down. He's putting the ball away. Right here. So different angles. It's real tough. And once again, bang, bang. I gotta rule it a fumble on the field. And they don't. So another potential game-changing play right there with the Darren Waller potential fumble. They end up having to punt this drive, and then this next drive right here, the Raiders' third drive of the game, this is where the penalties really got kind of in the way here, and I thought they were nitpicking a little bit here. So here we go. On 3rd and 10 from the Raiders' own 40-yard line, they go an incomplete pass, but there's an 11-yard penalty that picks up the first down on Anthony Brown. He was having a real bad day, so that moves them for a first down. They can continue the drive. And then on 3rd and 6, Derek Carr pass incomplete to Deshaun Jackson. A 30-yard penalty on, once again, Anthony Brown for defensive pass interference. Sets him up at the 1-yard line, and they're able to go in for the touchdown. So once again, another momentum game-shifting drive right here of all the penalties that could have been back-to-back punting drives, maybe potential turnovers, but I really think the refs kept them in the game game in the first quarter. I do believe the Cowboys defense was a little lackluster for the rest of the game, but I definitely think the refs controlled the tempo of the game a little bit in the first quarter, and that's all you need. You don't need the refs kind of, calling the plays throughout the entire game. Just one or two perfectly timed penalties can truly change the entire landscape of an NFL game, especially early on, and I really think the refs got way too out of control in the first quarter. I'm not putting the blame on the refs for the rest of the game. I think the Cowboys defense kind of floundered at some points. Anthony Brown, obviously. But yeah, in that first quarter, man, I thought the refs kind of controlled the game a little bit. Unfortunate. But let's go here to the Raiders. We're still giving this Raiders team credit. I'm not knocking anybody. I'm just saying that I think the refs kind of controlled the game a little bit. Key drives, key plays right here that could have just turned the entire momentum, because this Cowboys defense was off all game. And we haven't really seen this Cowboys offense be really off. They just held down the Chiefs. And this Raiders team has been struggling. So it was kind of a perfect storm for this Cowboys team entering in this game. It wasn't really that great for them in the game. Unfortunate. But let's start here with Derek Carr. 24 of 39, 61% completion percentage. Not the greatest, but he was slinging this ball around. 373 huge-ass yards. Sheesh, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, no turnovers here by this Raiders team, which is absolutely great. We needed them to clean up the turnovers. They've cleaned up the turnovers. We'll try to, watch them one more week before we truly 100% buy in this Raiders team, but we're back to like 65% believability, maybe even 70%. Let's upgrade it. 70% buyability, believability, bettability in this Raiders team now that they're not turning over the ball. They put up the points when they don't turn over the ball. We know this. Rich Bisaccia has the game plan for this offense. We know it. We love it. We've seen it, and I'm glad that it's back, and it was back on Thanksgiving Day in front of the entire nation. So loved it by the Raiders. All right, so Derek Carr had a great game. Josh Jacobs, a pretty solid, good game as well. 22 rushes, 87 yards, a touchdown. Yes, sir. Kenyon Drake, 7 rushes for 25 yards. And Derek Carr taking off twice for 21 yards. Yes, sir. And who was Derek Carr throwing the ball to? His main man, Hunter Renfrow, leading receiver, 8 catches, 134 yards. Deshaun Jackson, 3 catches, 102 yards, 1 touchdown. Big shout out to Deshaun Jackson right here. We know he's great. There was no reason for the Rams to get rid of him and not utilize him. And now this is a perfect fit for Deshaun Jackson. This Raiders team, offensively, with their pieces, are so hard to guard. Obviously, you got Josh Jacobs in the backfield, who's top 3 running back. Top 3? Can we say top 3? Derrick Henry, obviously number 1, but let's leave him out since he's not playing. Obviously injured. Obviously, Jonathan Taylor, top 3. Got to give him that. Jonathan Taylor. What else do we get? Who should else be in this top 3? Can we put Josh? I think we could put Josh Jacobs in top 3. Jonathan Taylor. No other running backs are coming to mind, folks. Am I just missing one? I don't think so. Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor. I don't know if I even put Delvin Cook in top 3, honestly. I don't know. Maybe top 5, maybe top 7. I don't know if I'm that impressed with Delvin Cook. And I'm putting Josh Jacobs in top 3, yes, sir. So you get the running game you have to obviously worry about. You get Darren Waller, who you've obviously got to worry about. Unfortunately, he got kind of knocked out of this game, and potentially he could be out for potentially a little bit. We don't know the exacts yet. We hope it's nothing serious, but Josh Jacobs, Darren Waller, Hunter Renfrow's real good. Deshaun Jackson, speedster. Zay Jones, big old speedster. So this Raiders offense, really the sky's the limit, and they've kind of been figuring it out here, and now that Deshaun Jackson's acclimated to this Raiders team, they're ready to go back and searching for a playoff spot. Very well done. 6-5 now off of this win. All right, then we get Zay Jones, 3rd leading receiver, 5 catches, 59 yards. Darren Waller, 2 catches, 33 yards. Josh Jacobs, 2 catches, 25 yards. And Bryan Edwards, 1 catch for 12 yards. So a good day overall by this Raiders team. And then let's switch gears to the Cowboys. Dak Prescott, man, oh man, that man was making some immaculate throws. And all I saw, all on Twitter, all game long, was everybody shitting on Dak Prescott. And then he showed up and showed out, making some big throws to Michael Gallup. First of all, he didn't have Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb. I mean, whoever, if you take out a quarterback's number 1 and number 2 wide receiver, of course their overall production should go down a little bit. But Dak Prescott's overall production really didn't go down, folks. It was looking real gosh dang good. He went 32 of 47, 68% completion percentage. Yes, he missed a couple of throws here and there while he was getting pressured, trying to step up in the pocket. He wasn't flawless in this game, but there was no reason to actively go on social media and clown Dak Prescott, especially when he was making those two tight sideline throws to Michael Gallup. Ew, those were some of the best passes I've ever seen, folks. They were so gosh dang good. So I saw y'all. I just want y'all to know that I saw y'all disrespect and knock Dak Prescott. I saw it, folks. We didn't do that. We'll never do that. What are you talking about? But I saw y'all say that about Dak Prescott. So I'm going to hold y'all to that, folks. I'm going to hold y'all to that. But he played fantastic. 68% completion percentage, 375 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Did he fumble? He did not fumble. Fantastic. Didn't turn over the ball, put up 33 points. It's just unfortunate the Cowboys defense gave up 36 points, which is kind of bizarre. We haven't really seen that by this Cowboys team. So overall, Dak still got it done, folks. Stop clowning Dak. The running game was a little stifled for the Cowboys. Tony Pollard, 10 rushes for 36 yards. He had a nice kind of kick 6, fantastic 100 yards to the house. Ezekiel Elliott, 9 carries for 25 yards. He scored a touchdown. Once again, we're getting Ezekiel Elliott not stepping up really at all. This was all Dak, not having wide receiver number 1, not having wide receiver number 2. Dak still putting up 375 yards on 68% completion percentage, but we can't get anything meaningful out of Zeke. He had a touchdown. It came on like the 1 yard line, I think. It's like, I just want Zeke to step it up and be a beast mode back for like one game. Can we see it for one game when everything is not going right, but it's just Zeke? Is that too much to ask? Am I out of my gourd for even mentioning that? I kind of was on Twitter, not last night, maybe a couple days ago, where, when we were talking about, we just wanted Zeke to step up. Here's the tweet that kind of got our clips out here. It was Skip Bayless saying, are the Cowboys better being Dak's team or Zeke's team? And I quote tweeted it saying it should never be Zeke's team, and posted a clip of one of our shows right here of him never truly stepping it up. And nobody really agreed with me. This is what this one dude said that I don't really agree with right here. He said, this is not a good segment. Passing game wasn't effective because of the O-line, so why would the run game be? But this is what we're saying. Just because the offensive line is bad, we're just supposed to throw in the game. The offensive line is no good. We're done. And it's not like I'm nitpicking on one game. We're going back to last year with Zeke. Dak was out half the season, and we never got anything meaningful out of Zeke. They didn't even win the division with the 7 wins, won the NFC East last year. The Cowboys couldn't even do that. Zeke couldn't even get productive games to win 7 games. Didn't even get it. So it's not like we're just nitpicking. Oh, Zeke had a bad game. Zeke didn't go beast mode in one game when everybody else was floundering. We're seeing this time and time again. Zeke's good when everything else is good. That doesn't make you good. You could be good, but that doesn't make you good. We just want to see Zeke be the man. We want to see Zeke be the man when nobody else was being the man. And we've never really gotten that by him in a long time, since rookie year, potentially, you could say. So nothing meaningful here by Zeke. 9 rushes for 25 yards. Yes, he scored a touchdown. All right, and then who was Dak Prescott throwing to? He had 2 receivers with 100 yards. Fantastic. Michael Gallup, 5 catches, 106 yards. Ced Wilson, 7 catches, 104 yards. Fantastic. Noah Brown, 6 catches, 53 yards. Dalton Schultz, 3 catches, 46 yards, a touchdown. Shout out to Tight End University. Tony Pollard, 4 catches, 32 yards. Ezekiel Elliott, 6 catches, 24 yards. And Sean McKeon, 1 catch for 10 yards, and he scored a touchdown. Alrighty, and then the last thing we just have to talk about is just Anthony Brown. I mean, all those pass interference calls on those drives in the first quarter and on the final drive right here for them to tie or to win the game right here. A 33-yard pass interference penalty on 3rd and 18. All these third downs, he just never got his head around. I don't think there was a lot of kind of contact, but he just was never playing the ball on any of those pass interference calls, and I believe they were saying all game long that he had no pass interference calls heading into this game, and then he just has 4. Get your head around Anthony Brown. Be the Walk of Fame defense like we know this defense can be. Unfortunately, the Walk of Fame defense got walked all over on last night. So Raiders get the win 36-33 over the Cowboys. Cowboys offense still put up 33 points, so we're not going to be knocking this Cowboys offense. The defense had a bad game, all the penalties. Everybody's freaking out on this Cowboys team in the national media. We're not buying into that kind of hype that the Cowboys are bad. We're still big believers. They didn't have their number 2 weapons out here. The defense, even though, they were having all those penalties called against them, they were still in the game. They were still in the positions to win the game. Michael Parsons was still getting after the quarterback in the fourth quarter in overtime. It's just unfortunate, those pass interference penalties. So without all those penalties, I think this Cowboys team wins pretty handily, honestly. So Cowboys lose, but we're not overreacting here. Everybody else in social media is. I mean, if you were just on Twitter last night during this game, you would think the Cowboys were getting blown out 50-0 and that Dak Prescott threw 5 interceptions. And the defense didn't do anything, and they did some things good. The penalties, obviously. So Raiders get the win 36-33. Love that we can rebuy this Raiders team. Hopefully Rich Bisaccia can keep them going here, and let's see if they can make a nice playoff push in this back end of the season. Well done to the Raiders. Shout out to Rich Bisaccia. Shout out to Derek Carr. Alrighty, and then the last game of the night here, Bills at Saints, and the Bills are back, folks. Offensively, defensively, they're fine. We did a little bit of a maybe potential overreaction right here. We ended up dropping the Bills out of the top 10 after the loss this week. And I was trying to see, can we move them into the top 10 right here? It's tough, man. I don't know. How do people just do the top 10 teams in the league? I've got like 15 teams I can really believe in that are really good. Top 10, man, oh man. It's real close right here. We'll wait. We'll wait to put the Bills potentially back in the top 10. We need somebody else to flounder. Maybe, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take the Ray. Oh, no, they just won without Lamar Jackson. I can't keep them out of the top 10 for doing that. That was real impressive. Alrighty, we'll have to wait till Sunday to see, or till Tuesday show to see if we can put the Bills back in the top 10. We ended up dropping them from number 3 out of the top 10 when we reordered our power rankings this week. But, I think we'll wait. We can't do an impromptu right here. We got to wait to put this Bills team. Hopefully some other team flounders so we can put this team back in the top 10. But Bills get the win here, 31-6. Our over bet that we had over 45.5 points, they only scored 37. The Saints didn't have their big breakout scoring fourth quarter. They put up 6 points, but we really needed kind of like 20, something around there. They couldn't get it done. So Bills get the win here kind of handily, no problem. Scored a touchdown on their first drive, a field goal on the third drive. Josh Allen throws back-to-back interceptions. Saints can't do anything with them. They go into halftime 10-0, still a game. And then the Bills in the second half, that's when they truly are great. Touchdown first drive after halftime, touchdown on second drive out of halftime, making it 24-0. They have to punt, but then they're right back to scoring touchdowns, and that's basically the end of the game right there. So Bills play their best football in the second half, folks. Unfortunately, the only game that they didn't play good in the second half was against the Colts last week. So once again, I just think that overall Colts game was a big outlier. It was a big, meatball optically. I'll give you all that. But overall, I don't think we should be overreacting to that loss against the Colts, especially once the Colts get absolutely destroyed by the Bucs this week, which they will, and it's one of our picks. But we'll digress until we get to that. All right, and then can we just say by the Saints, they got to do something offensively. You got to blow it up. Stop with Trevor Siemian. Put Taysom Hill in. I mean, you're at a do or die now. You're 5-6. I mean, you started out really solid this season with the wins, but over the last 4 weeks, what are they like losing 4 straight games right here? Trevor Siemian, they're not letting him air it out. He's not being great overall. We need something else with the Saints offense, and I know no Alvin Kamara, but I mean, you can't wait for Alvin Kamara to come back and then be like, well, now we kind of have to win out with Trevor Siemian. You really have to change what this offense is. You're not throwing deep. You're not trying to go deep consistently. You really just have to make the switch to Taysom Hill and just kind of have that kind of gadget offense where you can have Taysom Hill running all over the field and passing all over the field. We know Taysom Hill can, for the most part, make all the throws, just doesn't have a big arm. I don't think he can throw more than 50 yards. I don't even know if he can throw 50. We'd have to kind of reassess it once he's back in the starting lineup, but you've got to make the switch. You've got to stop with Trevor Siemian. We like Trevor Siemian, but they're just not tailoring the offense to Trevor Siemian. So go back to Taysom Hill. You got to go to Taysom Hill. Have Alvin Kamara back, hopefully, and then just kind of run the read options, run some quick screens, some slants, all that. Get Taysom Hill on the edge. Make them respect his running game to open up the passing down the field game. But the Saints must do something with this offense. It is so lackluster. And now a little bit, I know we can't overreact because it's only half of a season, so we can't really overreact and say Sean Payton's a bad coach and Drew Brees was truly kind of making the coach right here, because that was like a 12-15 year stretch, and we're not going to let a half a season ruin a 15-year body of work. Like, Bill Belichick, yeah, he floundered 1 year last year, but now he's right back at the top of the AFC East, no problem. Once again, one season, one COVID year where everybody, opted out does not overtake an entire 20-year dynasty body of work. You could say it in the moment, but overall, let's realize, hey, there's still great coaches out here. So we're not going to say that Sean Payton is trash at coaching or anything like that. I think he's lackluster right now, but you got to do something on this offense. Trevor Siemian, for whatever reasons, just not working. We believe in Trevor Siemian. It's just not working with this team. So Saints must change up their offense, and I believe you do that with having Taysom Hill is the starting quarterback. Hopefully we can get Alvin Kamara back. Read options, a lot of misdirections, a lot of gadget plays. Since you don't have kind of a true A1 tier 1 wide receiver, a la no Michael Thomas, and once again not having Traquan Smith go deep and all that. So just be gadget. Just be a gadget offense. I mean, that's really all you can be at this point for what we have seen these offenses do. Even with Jameis Winston, they weren't putting up the yards, folks. It's not like, well, they don't have their starting quarterback. Even with their starting quarterbacks, folks, we've documented it, we've talked about it, they don't go deep. They don't stretch the field vertically really at all. Alrighty. So yeah, let's start here with the Bills. Let's start here with the Saints. We just talked about their offense, so we'll tell you why this offense is so lackluster. Trevor Siemian goes 17 of 29 for only 163 yards. He was dinking and dunking, even though they don't have Alvin Kamara to really truly dink and dunk too. So riddle us that, Trevor. 17 of 29. We have 58% completion, nothing good. 163 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. The pick came in the fourth quarter. Game was over at this point, 31-6, and the touchdown came in the third quarter. They missed a 2-point conversion, so it's 24-6, so still 3 possessions, so still losing at that time. And they scored it right at the start of the fourth quarter. So game was basically over when they scored a touchdown, when he threw the interception, which is usually classic on how this Saints team goes. All their kind of touchdown and all that comes in garbage time in the fourth quarter where they're already getting blown out. Once again, why you need to make the switch. It's not like Taysom Hill is losing these close games, that they're always competitive. This offense doesn't get going until they're getting blown out, till the game is really over, mathematically over. You can't score 30 points in 15 minutes. It's just mathematically almost impossible. So you've got to switch it up. Put Taysom Hill in the starting lineup. I really don't understand why you just paid him all that money. He just got another contract extension. I don't mind the contract extension. Everybody's talking about him getting overpaid. I don't really mind it. He does bring a lot to your team. He's a potential backup quarterback. He's great at being a gadget player. He's great in the red zone. He scores you points, and you can utilize him whenever you want because he's a tight end. So I don't mind the Saints paying and potentially maybe overpaying a little bit for Taysom Hill. I believe he can get it done. But it's truly interesting that they went from Jameis Winston to Trevor Siemian and not giving Taysom Hill a chance. This is Taysom's team now. It should be. We'll see if Sean Payton makes a switch. You should. We'll see if he does. All right, running game for the Saints, absolutely non-existent. Obviously, no Alvin Kamara, so Tony Jones is the starting running back here. And let me see if you think these are starting running back numbers. Are you all ready? 16 carries for 27 yards. 16 carries for 27 yards. 1.7 yards a carry. That is absolutely abysmal, folks. If you're not at 3.3 yards a carry, you should not even be getting the ball ever in the NFL. And Tony Jones was basically half of that. Absolutely not good. And then who was Trevor Siemian passing to in this game? We got Lil Jordan Humphrey, 3 catches, 47 yards, led the team in receiving. Once again, what is wrong with this picture? Why are we not getting Traquan Smith the ball more? Ty Montgomery, second leading receiver, 5 catches, 31 yards. Then we get Traquan Smith, 4 catches, 31 yards. Then we get Marquez Callaway, or that's who we were trying to say, Marquez Callaway. I always get Traquan Smith and Marquez Callaway. The Q's throw me off a little bit. Marquez Callaway, this is who we want to be the deep ball receiver. And once again, even worse than what Traquan Smith was doing. 2 catches for 24 yards. Get that man the ball. I want 5 deep shots throwing throughout the game to Marquez Callaway. That's what I want. 5 shots throughout the game. Scatter them for all in the first quarter. I don't care. All in the second quarter. I don't care. I want 5 deep balls. One-on-one deep balls to Marquez Callaway thrown every single game. Come on, Sean. Can we get this offense going, please? Call me up. I can walk you through. You should know this by now. You've been a good, great offensive-minded head coach of Drew Brees for 15 years. You should know that Traquan Smith, Marquez Callaway, see, I did it again. Marquez Callaway is the real deal. Alrighty, so nothing great here by the Saints team offensively. They give up 31 points defensively. Here we go. Josh Allen back being good. 23 of 28. The 2 interceptions, not great. 23 of 28 here. 82% completion percentage, fantastic. 260 yards, 4 touchdowns. The 2 interceptions, once again, not great. But when you're going against the Saints who have no offense, I guess, yeah, throw all the picks. Who cares? And these were bad picks by Josh Allen. You know, and once again, we're not getting the Josh Allen from last year. So we're still a little hesitant on this Bills team. Still a little hesitant. And another reason why we're not putting them back in the top 10 right now today, because he's still throwing these picks. And if this Saints offense was a little bit better, 10-0 game at halftime, still right in the mix of it, a good team could have come back and beat the Bills like we've kind of seen good teams beat the Bills before. All right, so Josh Allen, the 2 picks, nothing great here. But Devin Singletary, 15 rushes for 44 yards, nothing great. Josh Allen took off 8 times for 43 yards. Once again, we love Josh Allen running the ball, and they had some nice designed quarterback runs, especially real early on in the game here for Josh Allen, so we absolutely love it. I think it was on the first drive that Josh Allen took off twice, right? 6-yard run by Josh Allen on drive number 1, and an 8-yard run by Josh Allen. I believe all those were designed runs, and then using Dawson Knox in the red zone like we know they do. Dawson Knox is their best option in the red zone. Another reason why the Bills were kind of floundering for a little bit of a period, because Dawson Knox was out and you don't have your red zone target. We'll talk about his stats in a second. But getting Josh Allen on the perimeter running the ball, we love seeing it, and we saw it early here. I was loving it. All right, and then we had Matt Breida, 9 rushes for 26 yards. So overall, everybody was rushing really solid. It was solid rushes here by the Bills. And then who was Josh Allen throwing the ball to? Stephon Diggs. And this is what this should be every single game. Have Josh Allen run the ball and throw to Stephon Diggs. Force the ball to Stephon Diggs. I do not care. Get this man the ball. He will always make the catch. He's that gifted. He's your A1 tier 1. You must force him the ball a couple of times every single game to see what happens. And Josh Allen was kind of doing that, especially early on in this game again. So 7 receptions for Stephon Diggs, 74 yards, a touchdown. Gabriel Davis, 2 catches, 46 37 yards. Cole Beasley, 5 catches, 46 yards. Then we have Dawson Knox, 3 catches, 32 yards, 2 touchdowns. Getting it done in the red zone. Love seeing it. Matt Breida, 2 catches, 29 yards, a touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders, 3 catches, 28 yards. And then Devin Singletary, 1 catch for 4 yards. No turnovers here besides the interceptions by Josh Allen. So the Bills get the win 31-6. We're not buying this Bills team back 100%. Defense looked good. Offense, once again showing some good glimpses for the most part, like we've seen really throughout this Bills season so far. And the Saints offense is still so freaking lackluster. I truly don't understand it. Bills get the win 31-6. Alrighty, so those were all the Thanksgiving Day games from last night. Where do we want to go next? Let's go here and watch a little bit of Cam Newton. We're going to make a bonus pick based on this Cam Newton footage, and then we will get into our picks for the week. Our Week 12 official picks. 3 locks, 3 99% guarantees. Y'all know how we do it here. But let's start and watch a little bit of Cam Newton. We're going to watch most of his throws, some of his runs. We just want to get a nice perspective on what this Cam Newton is looking like one full game into it. We saw his first game where he only played a handful of plays and he scored 2 touchdowns, good, but overall we were seeing accuracy problems like we've seen before by Cam Newton. We gave him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt, a little bit. We still took the Washington +3 last week, one of our best bets that we hit all season. We loved it. But we still gave Cam Newton a little bit of the benefit of the doubt for just saying, all right, well, we'll see if he's cleaned up the accuracy once he's kind of gotten a full kind of week's practice under him. We'll see what he's looking like in this game. And the reason why we're watching this is because, let's get to the NFL lines right here. The reason why we're bringing this up because we think we're getting great value with the Dolphins +2. Let's just talk about this game quickly. Panthers at Dolphins. We know the Panthers defense is good. We also know this Dolphins defense is really good. I would say these defenses are probably similar. I would actually give the edge to the Dolphins. This Dolphins defense has really been coming alive like they did last season, the last kind of 2 or 3 games. So this is a real deal defense. Not the entire season. They were not the best. I will agree with that. But this last 2-3 weeks, this Dolphins defense is top notch, and I believe they will continue to get better and continue to be a great defense now that safety Javon Holland is truly coming into his own here. This Panthers defense is really, really good too. So we're getting 2 great defenses going against each other. The Dolphins offense overall is lackluster. Not Tua. I always have to preface it, by saying that because Tua was amazing. Tua was the best quarterback in the league. We all know this. But the overall offense, the coordinators, the weapons, very, very subpar. But same thing with the Panthers. I don't love their offensive coordinator. I don't really love their pieces all around. They got solid pieces. They don't really know how to use their pieces. I guess it would come down to the quarterback. Christian McCaffrey's good, but they utilize him a lot. And, so we're going to base the footage and then make a pick. That's our bonus pick. But, Christian McCaffrey, leading rusher, leading receiver, classic, especially with Cam Newton, who doesn't have the biggest arm, the most accurate arm. So let's take some of these plays right here, watch Cam Newton, and we're going to put special big-time emphasis on the final 2 drives by the Panthers, both turnovers on downs, both opportunities to tie the game or to take the lead with a touchdown or field goal, and Cam Newton flounders both times and can't get it done. So we'll have to definitely put a huge focus on those 2 drives, but let's kind of get a nice baseline and seeing what he was doing here. So let's take the first drive. Here we go. Cam Newton's first pass as a true starting quarterback here for the Panthers. Let's see. We get a 2nd and 2. Cam Newton. Here we go, dropping back to pass, so much time to throw. Actually got hit as he was throwing, but dumped it down to Christian McCaffrey. Dumped it down. Decent accuracy, hung in there at the last second. Nothing was really wide open. We see all these other receivers pretty covered, so it was the right read. But once again, these receivers not getting open, and Cam Newton isn't good enough to really kind of elevate tier 2 players, tier 2 receivers, throw them open, kind of make it such pinpoint accuracy throws when it's such tight coverage to get the completion anyway necessary. That's not Cam Newton's game. We'll see if it changes. I doubt it does, but let's continue watching Cam Newton. So There we go, Cam Newton, the first throw complete for a couple of yards. Then we get 3rd and 1, Cam Newton, he's going to run this one. Here we go, QB sneak with Cam, usually always good, but they stuff him. He gets nothing. This brings up 4th and 1, and then they go to Christian McCaffrey. Let's see Christian McCaffrey get the 4th and 1. So Cam Newton may be losing his little edge of being big beefy. A nice little pitch right there to Christian McCaffrey. You get Christian McCaffrey out in space, and that's going to be a bad day for the defense. Like it was right there. They also get 15 yards extra added on because of a horse collar tackle. So Cam Newton, big beefy runner. That's the best thing about Cam Newton. We don't love his arm. That's nothing special to us. So if he's not picking up kind of those 3rd and 1s, the 3rd and 2s, using the QB sneaks, we're going to get a less overall Cam Newton, which is nothing that we want to see. We don't want to see Cam Newton be bad, folks. We're not knocking Cam Newton. We're not Cam Newton haters. I know that's what we get all the time. Whenever you say we're a hater of a team, it's honestly just push. You're nonsense. We don't even waste our time. It's nonsense to say that. But here we go. Cam Newton. Next pass right here. 1st and 10, empty backfield. What do we got here? We got a mid-motion, and then he keeps the ball, and then he just slides down. So Cam Newton sliding down. When have we seen Cam Newton slide down in the backfield? So, hasn't played this season. Maybe a little bit timid here. Doesn't want to take a big hit quite yet. Maybe his body's not ready for the big hits quite yet. I mean, if you go from getting hit every day to kind of going not getting hit for a long period of time, it's going to take a little bit for your hit tolerance to be there, to be like, all right, I can lower my shoulder now, I can engage. Cam Newton, he saw nothing was open. It was kind of a nice business decision right here just to slide down, but we really never got that with Cam. Cam's always the competitor. Cam is always the fighter, always wanting to kind of initiate the hits. So sliding down right here so far, maybe getting into the rhythm a little bit of getting back into football, folks. These are grown men running 20 miles an hour into each other over and over and over again. It's a really physical sport, folks. We all know this. All right, Cam Newton, here we go. We're going to get Cam Newton almost at the red zone. Here we go. 2nd and 13 from the 23-yard line of Washington. What do we get here? Empty backfield again. Really interesting. A lot of empty backfield pre-snap motions. A great throw right here by Cam Newton. On the money, accurate. Picks up a lot of yards, makes it 3rd and manageable right here. Seemed to be the right read as well. That was open. That was good. That was a good read right there by Cam Newton. But this offense, a lot of empty backfield, really interesting. Especially when you got Christian McCaffrey, no real reason to go empty backfield. Yeah, you can still throw to Christian McCaffrey, but with Christian McCaffrey and Cam Newton, you want to kind of play the motion game and the read option game, the play action game as much as you can, because that's the strength of this team overall. Not 5 wide and letting Cam Newton sling this ball around all the time. So a little interesting there. Back-to-back plays, empty backfield, 1 direct snap that went nowhere, 1 solid open pass. All right, here we go. Cam Newton, 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Cam Newton, and we get kind of Christian McCaffrey rolling out to the left. Now, this is the offense. This is what we're saying the offense should be right here. Fantastic. Christian McCaffrey in the backfield, pre-snap motion right before the ball is snapped. They motion Christian McCaffrey out to the left side. Cam Newton, direct snap. He instantly runs like he's going to run and then quickly pops the throw over the middle of the field to a wide open DJ Moore in the back of the end zone. This is the Carolina offense. This is what we want to see consistently. A lot of motion, a lot of Cam Newton running, faking running, pitching, popping right over the middle of the field, getting everybody to bite. This one play encapsulates exactly what I want to see from this Panthers offense consistently. Let's see if they keep this up as we watch these other Cam Newton plays throughout the game. This was their first drive. So real great there by Cam Newton. That was a real great drive. But now we're starting to get some floundering. Punt, 3 straight punts, barely moving the ball. So once again, first drive, all scripted plays, all of that. So now let's see what his Cam Newton is looking like here when you're not completing the ball, when it's not a successful drive in the end of capping it off with a touchdown. Here we go. We get Cam Newton 2nd and 6. What can this man do on 2nd and 6? Here we go. Cam Newton. Motioning Christian McCaffrey to the other side. Here we go. He's going to go pass. And that's a good throw right there. 5 yards makes it third and manageable. Fantastic. Now what do we get here on 3rd and 1? Cam Newton once again in the shotgun. We got pre-motion, and it's a botched play. Botched snap, and it goes to, is this a botched snap? Let's see. It seems like Christian McCaffrey picked this one up off the ground. He snapped it to Christian McCaffrey. This is that. I don't think this is a botched play. In the play description, it says botched play, but I think this is exactly it. You snap it directly to Christian McCaffrey while Cam Newton bends down for the ball as well. I mean, this is good. This is a good play design, trickery, all of that. Not really sure what the play was. Maybe it was botched, but it seemed like a good play. Didn't pick up the 1 yard needed, but I thought it was a good kind of trickery play. I kind of like it. Keep it in there if it's a real play. If not, I make it a real play. All right, but unfortunately, they have to punt the ball. Next drive right here. Let's get a Cam Newton play queued up here. We get 2nd and 7. Here we go. 2nd and 7, Cam Newton backed up at his own 13-yard line. Here we go. Motioning out Christian McCaffrey, and there it is. Just a quick out route for about 3-4 yards. Once again, this offense isn't really pushing the ball down the field vertically. We'll see if they ever get that. We'll like to kind of see where Cam Newton's arm is at a little bit. And then we get 3rd and 4. Gotta pick up 3rd and 3. Gotta pick up this first down. Gotta keep the drive moving. All of that. Cam Newton dropping back to pass and trying to hit Christian McCaffrey over the middle of the field. That's great defense to be right over Christian McCaffrey and an incomplete pass. Alrighty, next drive, they have to punt. Here we go. We're going to get Cam Newton run, Cam Newton pass, Cam Newton run, Cam Newton pass, and then a pass incomplete here. So this is all Cam Newton on this drive. Let's see what this looks like in totality. All plays, it's like 5 straight plays right here of all Cam Newton. Let's see what we get as this loads. So once again, this website's trash. We know this, but we're back. Here we go. Cam Newton from his own 25-yard line. Here we go. Play action. He keeps it, and the defender read it perfectly. Kept the edge. Didn't fool him. It's a read option. He holds on to it. That's a great job by the defender to keep the edge, and Cam Newton only got about 2 yards on the play. Next play, 3 yards officially. 2nd and 7. Here we go. Cam Newton, empty backfield. 5 wide. Drops back to pass. Going a little bit deep. And that's a good throw right there. About 8 yards for the completion, maybe even 10 yards, a little bit more. Let's watch this one more time. Just a good strike. Accurate. Boom. Put it on the money. Now we're moving the ball a little bit. First down pickup. Let's keep it up on this drive where we get more Cam Newton here. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line now. Here we go. Cam Newton read option. Keeps it. Decent read. Picks up about 4 yards. Alrighty. This is kind of what the offense overall wants to be. We know this. 2nd and 6 now. Cam Newton under center. Double play action. And it's a setup screen. And it gets absolutely nothing. Defense was not fooled at all on that one. Once again, a lot of trickery with Cam Newton. We're not getting pure drop back passing, which is fine. We don't want to see that. But, once gadget plays don't work, at some point you're going to have to just stand back there and pass, and that's what's going to hurt Cam Newton. He cannot do that for an entire game. That's not his game, folks. We know this. He's not a pure pack drop back passer. So another reason why we're still a little hesitant on taking this Panthers team and believing in Cam Newton 100%. But here we go, 3rd and 4. Let's see what they do here. Gotta pick up this first down. Cam Newton just dropping back to pass. And, the defender is all over the receiver. Real tight window to squeeze this ball in. Seem to be a little bit behind. Once again, accuracy issues on just a pure drop back pass. Here we go. Let's watch this one more time. And missed it. Missed it. He missed it. He missed the throw right here. He should have taken the first receiver right here. Hang on, we went back one play too far here. We get trips to the right. Whenever you get trips to the right, you are just scheming for one player to be open. You bunch formation, so you get 3 receivers, 3 defenders, and you're going to see, are they playing zone? Are they playing man? And usually on a kind of trips to either the left or the right, it's kind of like maybe a little bit of a rub or a pick where you get kind of 2 receivers running in the same direction, and that's kind of where you start to see where the defense is going to go. Are they going to go with the first receiver or the second receiver? If they go with the first receiver, you throw to the second receiver. If they don't go with the first receiver, you throw to the first receiver. It's classic trips, 3 receivers all in one place. And we get this play right here, and Cam Newton just doesn't make the right read. Trips to the right here. First receiver goes in, and he's wide open. There's nobody in the middle of the field. You throw the ball right now. You throw it in stride. He's able to run all in this free space. This picks up the first down. Cam Newton doesn't see it. It's Robbie Anderson. Robbie Anderson right here. Reliable. Cam Newton loves Robbie Anderson. We've heard him call him like Simba and Mufasa. They've got that relationship. He doesn't see him. Why are you not staring this dude down right here? And then he goes with this receiver number 2. I believe this is DJ Moore right here. Goes to receiver number 2, but receiver number 2 is not open because receiver number 1 is open. Come on, Cam Newton doesn't make the right read. It's a tough throw to make because the defense is so good on it. That's why you throw to wide receiver number 1 right there. Cam Newton doesn't make the right read, and they have to punt the ball because of that real bad decision making. We've seen this before by Cam Newton, folks. Come on. Man, oh man, it's a good story. Once again, it's a good story. Root for Cam Newton. I've got no problem with rooting for Cam Newton, rooting for the story. But buyability, bettability, it's not there with Cam Newton, folks. All right, what else do we get here? This touchdown drive. Let's watch this touchdown drive. Let's see, once again, what a touchdown drive with Cam Newton is looking like. We'll watch this entire drive. We'll go through it quick. We'll watch it all. Here we go. Starting from their own 30-yard line, they run the ball with Christian McCaffrey. Fantastic. That's your main man. Over Cam Newton and Christian McCaffrey, you go, like Christian McCaffrey's your number one guy. Cam Newton's good, but he's not your number one guy. You rely on Christian McCaffrey. First run goes big. Seem to be calls back because now it's 1st and 20, so behind the sticks right here. They're going to run the ball with Christian McCaffrey, and he gets 15 yards of that 20 yards right there. So once again, fantastic. Here we go. What do we get? 2nd and 11 now. Picked up 9 yards officially. It seemed to be 15, but 9 officially, whatever. Here we go. Cam Newton drops back to pass. Empty backfield. Nice. A nice sling right here. Made the right decision, but who is this tight end? I believe that's Ian. Is that Ian Thomas? They got Ian Thomas on this team. Number 82. Ian Thomas. Nope. He's only got 7 yards. Okay. All right. Let's go back here. But he goes to a nice big beefy tight end right there, and wow, we refresh and we lose it. Oh no, what a beef, what a mistake. But we refreshed it again, and now it's back. This is what I'm saying. This website is still so trash. It's still so gosh dang trash. All right, let's get back to where we were right here. Touchdown drive, hit a nice strike here. Well, we can get his name. Tremble, T. Tremble. Let's get his first name up here. Let's give him some respect. Don't like not respecting players by not knowing their name, unfortunately. Tremble. We get Tommy Tremble going big down the seam a little bit on 2nd and 11. Here we go. Let's watch this one more time. It's a great pass right there. Accurate, on the money. It's open. He made the right read, absolutely. And bango. We actually had two receivers wide open right on kind of the seams, one on the right side, which you went to. On the other side, the left side, it was also open as well. All right, Cam Newton moving the ball here. Here we go at midfield, and a quick screen, quick hitter, bingo, bango, love it. This is what the offense is, quick hitters, up-tempo. This is what it should be, all that. This is what we want to see. So we're seeing it again on this drive. We're loving it. All right, all right, here we go. 2nd and 3 now. Here we go. Cam Newton hands it off to Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey does his thing, gets 5 yards, the first down, all of that. Classic Christian McCaffrey. So gosh dang good. So gosh dang good. All right, here we go. Cam Newton again. Here we go. Gonna hand it off. Nope. Kept it. Read option. The smart read. And Cam Newton goes all the way. Once again, this is what Cam Newton does, folks. This is his game right there. The running game. And this was fantastic. Made the right decision this time. And then the speed is too good by Cam Newton. Really, the speed is still good. Watch him run 25 yards here. Almost untouched right here. Good speed right there to hit the hole. Try to trip him up, but Cam Newton's big, beefy, really sturdy, and he gets in for the touchdown. So that's exactly what we want this offense to be. We'll see if the Dolphins defense can kind of, lock it up, if they get kind of juked out by it, surprised by it. I don't think they do, but we'll see. All right, now the final thing I want to do here is why these final two drives just stalled. The Panthers were still in this game. They're down 24-21 right here. But we get a 3rd and 7. We'll watch this one. He dinks it down to Christian McCaffrey. And then a 4th and 3 where he dumps it down to Christian McCaffrey again and cannot get it. All right, he's fallen a little bit too in love with dunking it and dinking it down like we know Cam Newton does for the most part, majority. Here we go, 3rd and 8 here. Down 3 points. Cam Newton checks it down to Christian McCaffrey. Let's take it in the all-22 to see if there was anywhere he should have went with this ball. I've got no problem with you dinking it down if it was the right decision. Let's see if it was. Here we go. Cam Newton. We've got 4 wide receivers right here. You throw to number 80. You got 3 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right, and Cam Newton is instantly looking to the right side where there's only 2 receivers because that's where his dink down is. That's where his check down is. But here it is, number 80, wide open. Oh my God, so much time to throw this ball, but he's looking for Christian McCaffrey, Hawkeyeing Christian McCaffrey down. Look at all this. Folks, there's 20 yards of separation. There's 20 yards of separation to number 80, Ian Thomas. Get Ian Thomas involved a little bit more. Big old tight end. Shout out tight end university, Ian Thomas. But missed the read right here again. And I know he wasn't looking over there. But once again, with all the dink downs, with all that, he's actively looking for his dink down, Christian McCaffrey. And it's not a bad person to Hawkeye, but it's not going to win you the games because they're going to cover Christian McCaffrey at some point. They're going to lock it down and force you to throw to other players. Once again, Bill Belichick's defensive genius is just taking away the thing you do the best, which is the best gameplay that you can do. Force what you're either second best at or not comfortable at. And so far with Cam Newton, I know you're not facing Bill Belichick, but you're facing Brian Flores, who came from Bill Belichick's system. So he's going to take away Christian McCaffrey. And if he doesn't take away Christian McCaffrey, then he deserves to be fired on the spot because what the hell are we doing out here? So there it is. That's a miss right there. It's a miss. Now, the throw was complete, but it only went for 4 yards on 3rd and 7, which sets up the 4th and 3, which they don't get, and ends up with the turnover on downs. And once again, almost potentially could have been truly shut out in this game if they scored a touchdown. Luckily for the Panthers, Washington only scores a field goal, so Carolina has one more chance to win the game again. But that's not because that's because of the Panthers defense. Once again, we give respect to the Panthers defense. All right, so here we go. Cam Newton, here we go, 4th and 3. Why does this drive stall right here? Here we go. Turnover on downs. Cam Newton dropping back to pass. Plenty of time to throw. And he goes to Christian McCaffrey. And it's a yard short. Once again, Hawkeyeing McCaffrey. Hawkeyeing him. Let's bring it in the all-22. Was there anywhere else to go? There was on the other play. Let's see on this play. Here we go. Plenty of time to throw. Everything's covered real well. I think you can hit Tommy Tremble again, maybe right here. This definitely picks it up. Right here, Christian McCaffrey threw it a little bit too behind. Had to come back behind to the ball. They don't give him the first down. That's close. That was real close. Cam Newton pass, for only 2 yards. Wow. That's a real close one. But they don't give it to him. Once again, I mean, if you go to the right side, he threw it to the left to Christian McCaffrey on a little bit of an out route. Tommy Tremble breaking out an out route on the right side. I think it's a little bit of a better option. Either way, he goes to Christian McCaffrey, and it's no good. All right, and then one more chance to win the game. One more chance to win the game right here. Here we go. Let's take it here on 3rd and 3. He just had a 7-yard pass on 2nd and 10 right there. But let's see, on 3rd and 3, where did he go with this football? Here we go. Drops back to pass. Solid. Let's bring this one in the broadcast so we get the baseline of the play, and then we'll bring it in the all-22 if we need to see where all these receivers are. But here we go. 3rd and 3, down 6 points at midfield. A minute and 16 seconds left. You've got it. Come on. You're right in this game. Here we go. Cam Newton dropping back to pass. Trying to hit the dink down a little bit. Everything was a little bit of dink down. Seemed like they were just trying to pick up the first down right here. Now let's bring it in the all-22. And this was just great defensive coverage by the Washington football defense right there to be all over the receiver and break the ball away. But here we go. Anything open? Nothing truly open right here. Man, oh man. And, once again, going against the Dolphins defense, I mean, this Washington defense has been good. They've been getting better. They've truly been hitting their stride the last 3 weeks. We've talked about it. But this Dolphins defense, same thing here. So if Washington is wrapping you up when you're at home, now you're going on the road with an equally good defense, if not better. I say better, but I'll let y'all say whatever you want. And Cam Newton, it's going to be tough. They're going to lock up your guys. They're going to lock them up. All locked up right here. I'm not going to put that one on Cam Newton. And then the last play we'll watch right here is 4th and 3. Cam Newton takes a sack, and I really think this is a bad decision. But let's watch it again here. Here we go. Let's get it in the broadcast. Get a nice baseline. Here we go. 4th and 3. Game on the line right here. Got to pick up the first down. If you don't, game over like it was. And here it is. Here we go. Empty backfield by Cam Newton. He's going to go and try and step up in the pocket, and they're ready for it. They're ready for it. Exactly. When you keep doing the same thing over and over again, because that's the only way you can move the ball, the defense is going to eventually figure it out here, and they're waiting for Cam Newton to run this ball. Cam Newton thinks he has an open lane, but that's because I'm sure the defense is playing with them right here. Goes to step up in the pocket, and they instantly bring him down. Cam Newton gives this team no chance because he didn't throw the ball or, have it really open lane. So just kind of ruined the game right there. Let's take it all in the all 22. Did he miss a throw right here? Oh my God, again, Tommy Tremble right here. Number 80, start throwing it, Tommy Tremble. Holy moly. Number 80 is Ian. Tommy Tremble, I think, is 82. Is that correct? And then number 80, yeah, all right, Tommy Tremble's 82. So this time it's Ian Thomas right here, open. It's open right here for the first down and more. You put this one in stride, he's able to potentially get a couple of yards right here. But Cam Newton just wants to run with it. Misses. He's missing it. He's missing these reads, folks. So now let's go back to our bet right here. Do we take Panthers -2 or Dolphins +2? I get one quarterback that makes the wrong decision, or the other quarterback that's the clutchest quarterback in the NFL right now. And that's not Cam Newton, folks. Did you just see? Was that any of that clutch? No, it wasn't. We're taking the Dolphins +2 in our bonus bet. We don't buy Cam Newton. He's still making mistakes. He's still missing the throws. He's missing the reads. The read option offense, it's good. That's the good part. But we just saw Washington lock it down as the game progressed, force Cam Newton to just throw the ball. And at that point, game's going to be over at that point. We can't rely on Cam Newton to throw the ball. Dolphins +2. Love the value. This is official disrespect by Vegas. Official. We'll put the seal of approval, stamp of a disrespectfulness on this game. We're taking the Dolphins with the 2 points right there. Fantastic. While they're at home, absolute disrespect. Dolphins +2. Great value. We're taking it. Bonus bet of the week. Alrighty, now that we finished up most of our film studies, tomorrow we'll probably watch Phillip Lindsay. Still want to shout out Phillip Lindsay. Now that he's on a team where he's going to get great production, cannot wait to see this man. We'll probably watch him on tomorrow's show. I've been trying to watch him yesterday. I've been trying to watch him today. No time in the show. We'll watch him tomorrow, hopefully. But now let's go to our official Week 12 picks here in the NFL. We do 6 picks every week, 3 locks, 3 99% guarantees. You can bet whatever you want on the locks. They're locks, folks. They will hit. Last week, you want to know what we did with our locks? Here we go. Bills -7. They lose by 26. Unfortunately, did not hit that one. We took Dolphins -3.5. Bingo, bango. They win by 7. That's a hit. And we had Ravens. That whole entire thing was crazy. Ravens started -4. Then they went to -6, and then they went all the way down to -1. Unfortunately, we locked it in at -6. They only win by 3. So if you got it on game day where they were only -1, you hit. We like the Ravens overall to win. We had to swallow too many points. We officially lost that one. And then our 99% guarantees, we feel very, very good about these picks, but there's maybe possibly one thing that possibly goes wrong that ruins the bet. Last week, our 99% guarantees were Washington +3. Loved it. They won by 6. We just watched it. We had the Cowboys +2.5. They lose by 10. That was more on the offense. The defense was exactly what we thought the defense would do. So we'll give ourselves half credit for that one. Officially lost it, but half credit. And then we had the Vikings +1. They win by 3. We think this Vikings team is turning around, and we love them. So officially we win 3-3 of our 6 picks. But we're looking to hit 6 of 6 this week, folks. So lock in, buckle up. We're ready to hit, baby. We are ready to hit. Ding, ding, ding. Ready to hit. Ready to hit for one. Here we go. Y'all ready? Let's start with our locks, our 3 picks in our lock section. Let's start with pick number 1. And we told y'all, hey, Vegas is handing out Black Friday deals right here. Not officially. They're not advertising it. But if you know how to read a line, that's some great value right here for the Black Friday discount. So we're taking advantage. You better believe it. We lost a half a point turn to value overnight, but that's fine. Unfortunate. It's still great value either way. Here we go. First pick in our locks category. We are going Bucks minus 3.5. We're not buying the Colts, folks. We are not buying the Colts. I buy the run game. Run game's fantastic. We've been loving the rushing game. We loved the rushing game last year, but they had Phillip Rivers. Was never buying Phillip Rivers. Not buying Carson Wentz this season. Isn't consistent. I love when Carson Wentz only throws the ball 20 times. If you tell me, if you can just be like a genie without revealing the final score of this game, if you told me Carson Wentz would only run the ball 20 or would only throw the ball 20 times, I would probably take the Colts plus 3.5. But we rarely see that. Frank Reich is a little bit of a Carson Wentz homer, and for good reasons. You know, they were with each other in the Eagles and all that. So I'm not knocking or blaming Frank Reich for trying to have Carson Wentz be the man. Pete Carroll tried to have Russell Wilson be the man in the Super Bowl. That's why they didn't run it with Marshawn Lynch, because if you remember, Marshawn Lynch was a little bit, he's a big personality. Let's say that. And the NFL didn't really love it. The crotch grab, the here I'm just so I don't get fined. He makes for good ratings, but overall, that's not really who the NFL wants as kind of their main man. If you have, hey, who do you want to be the face of the league, Marshawn Lynch or Russell Wilson? I think the league unanimously agrees, hey, we want Russell Wilson, the good kid, you know, the good guy overall. Marshawn Lynch a little bit out there, and I'm not knocking Marshawn Lynch. I love it. I personally love it, but from a business perspective, yeah, maybe kind of hide that man behind the bushes a little bit. So overall, I don't mind Frank Reich trying to get Carson Wentz the ball and having him be the savior, whatever he wants him to be, whatever. So I buy the running game for the Colts. It's good. But this Bucks team, hey, they're really good against the run. Look at their defense, folks. It's absolutely great against the run. Overall, the Bucks have given up only 784 rushing yards this season in 10 games. It's the lowest in the league, folks. And the league average is 1,100. They're 400 yards below the league average of rushing yards allowed. This is a great defense here. We know it. Colts at home, that's not like a big thing. We just saw them go toe-to-toe with the Jags at home. Maybe a little bit better on the road. They blew out the Bills on the road. So, not buying this Colts team overall. Tom Brady, hopefully cleaning up the picks. He had one pick last week, but that wasn't his fault, so hopefully he's cleaning up the interceptions. This Colts defense is good. I still think Tom Brady can pick them apart. I'm taking Tom Brady in this Bucs defense, not buying the Colts offense overall. I like the running game. That is it. I'm taking Bucs minus 3.5. Great value, great value. Alrighty, next pick in our 99% guarantees, we're going Eagles minus 3.5. Once again, I think it's great value here set by Vegas for a Black Friday deal. Eagles minus 3.5. We're going to believe that Freddie Kitchens is going to turn around this Giants team? Are you nuts? Are you out of your gourd, folks? No way. And that's really it. That is honestly it. We love the Eagles. We've been talking them up, folks. We love this Eagles team. Nick Sirianni, coach of the year. He's getting disrespected. Jalen Hurts is freaking getting better and better and better and better. The running game is so freaking gosh dang good here for the Eagles. And this is a real defense. This is a real defense. I'll call it top 10 and maybe even go as high as top 7. Do I dare declare this Eagles defense top 5, top 7 defenses in the league? I put Bucks top 7. Let's see. Can we do top 7? Bucks top 7 defense. Panthers top 7 defense. Dolphins top 7 defense. Patriots top 7 defense. Packers top 7 defense, maybe Rams, but yeah, I think we can make an argument for Eagles top 7 defense. I mean, we're at 7, and that was kind of putting, everybody without, breaking them down all in depth like that, just off the fly, off the dome like that. So yeah, I would say you can make the argument, and I am making the argument that this Eagles defense is top 7 defense in the league against an offense that is going to Freddie Kitchens that is not figured out yet, that they don't have an identity with. What are you, nuts? Of course I'm taking the Eagles minus 3.5. I don't care if it's a division game. The Eagles aren't even a team, so you can't even compare it to a division rivalry. Jason Garrett gone. This Giants defense or offense can't do anything. I'm not even believing in Daniel Jones anymore. We were believing in Daniel Jones all off season, even up until basically this entire year. But I'm done with Daniel Jones now. The man can't play. There's no offense here. Eagles defense crushes them, and Jalen Hurts will just do his thing, put up maybe a nice light, easy 30 piece, no problem. Giants won't be able to handle and hang with it. We love the Eagles minus 3.5. All right, and then our last pick in our locks, we are betting on the Texans, baby. Texans minus 2.5. We get Zach Wilson back for the Jets. All righty. I think he's going to do too much, folks. I think a lot of people were making a lot of noise about Mike White. Joe Flacco kept the game close. And now Zach Wilson's like, hey, don't forget about me. And he's going on the road. This Texans team finding their footing. This is a real Texans defense. Picked off Ryan Tannehill 4 times. And, hey, I don't know if you all know this, but Zach Wilson's worse than Ryan Tannehill. Especially Zach Wilson coming off of like 4 games missed rookie year. And he's going to be worse than Ryan Tannehill. So this Jets defense isn't anything great, so we can believe in Tyrod Taylor to move the ball like he has done and not intercept, not throw any turnovers. So we're believing in this Texans team. We believe in Will Cauley, their head coach. Obviously, you know what we've been saying all season long is that this is a real, legitimate, respectable team as long as Tyrod's playing, and Tyrod is still playing. Texans defense probably eats Zach Wilson alive trying to do too much, and this is a home game for the Texans, and we only have to swallow 2.5 points. I will take that all day long. Respect the Texans. Yes, their big win against the Titans was, I wasn't expecting that, but, everybody's calling this Texans team trash, but this is not a trash team. They're disrespectful by getting rid of Phillip Lindsay by throwing him in the trash. They're disrespectful. They're not trash, though. This is a good, solid team when they're fully good to go, and they're fully good to go. Texans minus 2.5. So our 3 locks today, this week are Bucks minus 3.5, Eagles minus 3.5, and Texans minus 2. Swallowing all these points. Got no problem. Great value Black Friday deals here on these locks. All right, now let's talk about these 3 99% guarantees. We are still loving these bets, folks. Loving these bets. Bet whatever you want on these. Still loving them, but potentially maybe foreseeing one potential maybe thing that goes wrong. Potentially maybe. We'll see. So here we go. First pick in our 99% guarantees. We're going Rams. Wow, and this one just changed. Y'all are on our side here. Y'all are taking the Packers plus a point right here. We just lost some value over the last 2 hours, unfortunately. We're going to take Rams minus 1.5. Now, we had it at -1. Now, minus 1.5. Get the value while you can. Get the value while you can. Always get the value while you can. If you take anything away from this show, folks, get the value while you can. That's it. That's it. Then the shows for the rest of the year, folks, will just be us for an hour and 40 minutes straight saying, take the value while you can. Take the value while you can. Take the value while you can. So if you don't want to listen to that, don't tune into the show anymore, okay? Because that's all we're doing for the rest of our career. So we're going Rams minus 1.5 here. Packers, it's Aaron Rodgers. The defense is fantastic. We know all that. But Aaron Rodgers with this toe. Little fractured toe. He's saying it hurts a lot. He's saying, hey, this is real bad pain. So that's going to affect his throwing. I mean, when you drive off your foot, I mean, you've got that little piggy toe or your big toe out there for kind of stabilization. You're driving off your toe a little bit right there, putting it all in. So I think the toe is going to be a little bit of a factor. This Rams team coming off of a bye. Hopefully they can get it going here. OBJ, this is kind of why we have it in our 99% guarantees, because we truly don't know if OBJ is ruining this team or not. It's going to come into a lot clearer focus this week against this Packers team. It's also going to be cold in Green Bay. They are in Green Bay. It's not going to be snowing, but it's going to be like 34 degrees. So cold with this toe, maybe locks up a little bit, affects this, his throwing a little bit. And this Rams defense is great. Obviously, you've got Aaron Donald chasing around a kind of hobbled Aaron Rodgers with that cold toe. And then you got Jalen Ramsey ready for the bad throw off of that cold toe for the interception. So I'm taking the Rams minus 1.5 here. Just really have to have them to win, and we'll see if OBJ is a true cancer to this team or not. It's not looking great in this first performance, but we'll give them the benefit of the doubt here to turn it around. We'll take the Rams minus 1.5. All right, then we are next picking our 99% guarantees. We are going to go Vikings plus 3. We're going to still be rocking with this Vikings team. I think they're turning a corner. I truly wish they would clean up those interceptions. I truly hope they don't have any turnovers here. That's the last thing that is truly keeping us from buying this Vikings team 100%. They've already figured out how to win close games, how to close out games. They did it against the Packers last week. They did it 2 weeks ago against whoever it was. They did it at fourth quarter, drained out the rest of the clock, won the game, no problem. So they're figuring out how to win games. Kirk Cousins is very, very good, above average, I would say. Dalvin Cook, once again, top 5 running backs in this league. Not top 3, but top 5. And the defense is a solid defense now that Patrick Peterson is back and all that. This is going to be a good game, another test, but they just passed their test really good last week against a good Packers defense, and they still were able to put up a lot of points and not really turn over the ball that much. Potential for a turnover, but overall, we can maybe forgive a turnover because the Vikings really do kind of overcome their turnovers for the most part, keeping the games close. Not like cleaning up the turnovers as they're not doing the turnovers anymore, but cleaning up the turnovers as in it's not truly affecting them like 100% in the games. They're able to overcome the turnovers that they still throw. So I hope they don't have any turnovers, and that's really going to be the determining factor if they win or lose this game. We're going to bet that they have cleaned up the turnovers, are going to clean up the turnovers here. And they're just winning games now. That's all you need. That's step one. How do we win? And then building off of that, and the Vikings are doing that. This 49ers defense is good, but this Vikings defense just took advantage of a good Packers defense. I'm believing in this Vikings team. I still think there's some animosity between Kyle Shanahan and Jimmy G. I feel like Jimmy G has so much pressure on him that he needs to perform great, or that, Kyle Shanahan is, in a snap of a finger, will put Trey Lance in it. I think that's the wrong decision. We're rocking with the Vikings again this week, plus 3 points. All right, and then our last pick in our 99% guarantees, we are going Chargers minus 2.5. I'm not buying this Broncos offense, folks, at all. There is no buyability in this Broncos offense. Let's see how many points they have put up in every single game this year. We've gave Teddy Bridgewater the benefit of the doubt after the benefit of the doubt after the benefit of the doubt. It has never paid off. He has never gotten better, and we've given him the benefit of the doubt for like 2 full years, folks. He's still dinking and dunking. This wide receiver core is way too good to be actively dinking and dunking. Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, geez Louise. It's too good, but their offense is not as good as it is on paper. So here we go. We've got the scores up here by this Broncos team all season long. Let's read them off. The first 3 games, a little bit of outlier games because they were 3-0, but they faced the Giants, the Jags, and the Jets. Is that any good opponents that you're bragging about? Of course not. So first 3 games, 27 points, 23 points, 26 points. Yes, that was good, but it was against bad teams. Then they start to face the good teams. 7 points against the Ravens. 19 points against the Steelers, 24 points against the Raiders, still a loss, 14 points against the Browns, 17 points against Washington. They put up 30 points against Dallas, but once again, another little outlier game. It's not like that was consistent. And then after that game, they're right back to only putting up 13 points against the Eagles. This is not a consistent offense that does anything good. Now, when we look at the Chargers, they just got back on track last week with Justin Herbert going crazy. A nice, what did he put up, 40 piece? 40 piece? Something close like that, 36 minimum, 40 piece overall. So I get this Chargers team that is just kind of getting back on track here. Brandon Staley, being a good, solid head coach out here. Why it's in the 99% guarantees, it's because it's in Mile High. I think Justin Herbert will be fine, but we'll see. Usually, at the end of the season, Mile High isn't that kind of difference maker that it is in the beginning, first half of the season. So we're going to take the Chargers here. Austin Eckler is coming into great here. They're truly utilizing Austin Eckler to his maximum potential in the running game and receiving game. A great kind of gadget, dual threat running back. So I'm just not buying this Broncos team offensively, really defensively either. This Chargers team, they're so much better, and we get it right under that 3-point hook for a 3-point field goal win. We'll swallow the 2.5 here, taking the Chargers. So our 3.99% guarantees, we're taking Rams minus 1.5, Vikings plus 3, and the Chargers minus 2.5. So our overall, all of our picks, we got Bucks minus 3.5, Eagles minus 3.5, Texans minus 2.5, Rams minus 1.5, Vikings plus 3, and Chargers minus 2.5. Not really that many big point spreads. Everything's really close this week. The biggest spread of the week, folks, if you can actually believe this, the biggest spread of the week is actually only 7. Patriots minus 7, Titans plus 7. That's the biggest spread of the week. It's very close spreads this week, and it makes it tough to bet, but we found some great value. Alrighty, folks, that is going to do it for us today. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We are back live tomorrow, noon Eastern, playing around with the playoff machine, seeing what's going to happen this week and see who's going to be in the playoffs at the end of week 12. We'll play around with that. We'll break down the NBA. We'll maybe see what the machines are saying with our picks and all of that. So we're back live tomorrow noon Eastern, folks. Join us if you will. We'll be here. Have a great one. We'll see you tomorrow. Make some money on these picks because the Thanksgiving special did not pan out too well. Unfortunate.